Hi, my loves. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Gabrielle Dejoie, and I am a new mom of a 3-month-old. She is almost 4 months in like a week or so, which is wow, like mind blowing. We are talking about new mom helpful tips today. I have several tips for you to make the newborn stage and new mom adventure go a little more smoothly for you. If you hear some sucking sounds, that's my daughter sucking on her fist right now. She's right here in my lap with me. And that just happens when you are a new mom. My first tip is gonna be a tip that I think every new mom, every pregnant person needs to know. Do not let other people scare you. A lot of people are gonna wanna throw in their 2 cents about motherhood. Breastfeeding is so hard and so painful. Your relationship with your partner will change. Your baby's gonna be fussy and you'll never get sleep ever in life, ever again. And all of that is just their experience and their mindset and their opinion and the way that they experience motherhood. That does not have to be yours. You might have a baby that sleeps wonderfully, that is really chill and happy, and your breastfeeding journey might be a piece of cake. Okay? You never know. So don't let other horror stories scare you. I, for example, heard a lot of sleep now, you'll never sleep when the baby's here. My child actually slept through the night right before she hit 1 month. Right before we went to our 1-month pediatrician appointment, she slept through the night. She slept 7 hours, and pretty much since then, she has slept 7 to 8 to 9 hours at a time. Your baby is going to be their own tiny little person, very unique, with different likes, dislikes, and opinions of their own. Trust me, my girl is only 3 months and she has a lot of opinions, as you are going to be your own type of mom. You never know what your struggle is going to be, and it's likely that you'll mother differently than you even thought you might mother, okay? So, we have all these expectations and fears about motherhood, but until you're in it, you just don't know. A lot of people are going to want to share their own personal experiences with you. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Do not allow other people to scare you. If you are going to manifest having a baby that sleeps amazing, manifest that. Like, stay in your own mind about what you want your experience to look like, and then flow with it as it occurs. Remember that your baby is their own little person and you are the perfect mama or parent for your child. You will learn so much about yourself through motherhood and throughout this parenting journey. Allow yourself space to experience motherhood how you experience it. And one way to do that is to not let other people's experiences cloud your judgment, your joy, or your fears. My second tip is to take care of your nips, okay? So if you are breastfeeding, then it is a new experience. It doesn't have to be a terrible, horrible, bloody, painful experience. Everyone is different, but I will give you some tips on how to take care of the nips. So express a little colostrum. In those first couple days, you have the super liquid gold, okay? And that is colostrum. And colostrum is thicker than milk, and it's kind of like, it looks like kind of honey almost, consistency, texture, color. So you want to rub that on your nipple. Express some of it, like squeeze your boob, get a little bit of it out, and then rub it on your nipple, and then cover that with I loved I think it's the Earth Mama organic nipple balm. I slathered that on my nipples after I expressed colostrum. And yeah, you can use organic coconut oil. You can use any other nipple butter. I know a lot of people use lanolin. I wanted something a little more natural, but yeah, make sure that it's something, that it's okay to either that your baby can feed right after, or make sure what you want to do or have to do in terms of wiping it off, etc. But definitely cover yourself with nipple balm, nipple butter, nipple oil, whatever. That is what I did, and I think my nipples were dry a little bit at times, but they never cracked. They were never bloody. I never had a traumatic boob experience, okay? So just make sure you apply that rigorously. Apply. And then when your milk comes in, you can also do this with milk, because the milk is just so nutrient rich and it's so good for skin. So you can also kind of like put a little bit of your milk on it and then cover it with whatever oil of your choice. Do this after every shower that you take and after every feeding, okay? Definitely helps make a difference in, your nipples that are already kind of sore. And yeah. My third tip is, okay, so in the beginning, right, newborns, they are totally on their own schedule. Like, you are going to be waking up every 3 to 4 hours to feed them, because they need nutrients and their tummies are just so teeny tiny at this time that they need that nutrient filled every 3 to 4 hours. Sometimes it's every 2 hours, okay? Give yourself grace here. As you progress and as your baby gains weight, you will be able to allow them to sleep longer. What I learned is to try to have the baby on your schedule, on your guys' schedule, okay? Forget about, oh, I need to sleep train them at 1.5 months old, and this is when babies go to bed. Babies have to go to bed at 7:30 p.m. Like, that's all well and great. If you want to follow a strict schedule, if that helps you in your life, that's awesome. But what I found was that 7 p.m. sleep time just was not conducive to me and my fiance's schedule and our lives. Baby sleeps right next to us in a bassinet that is actually like open to my bed. And so she really likes to have somebody close by, and that's fine. Most babies do want you close by. Yes, you might be going to bed earlier. Our bedtime has shifted more towards the 10 p.m. We might stay up a couple hours after she's asleep, but we actually put her to bed around 10 p.m. And this is because when I noticed that she was solidly sleeping 7-hour spans, and then she'd wake up, need a feeding, and then she goes right back down. I realized that if I put her to bed at 7 p.m., she will be up at like 3 a.m. I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m. Just not my jam. So what we end up doing is 10 p.m. she wakes up around about 5:30 to 6 a.m. And that is perfect timing for my fiance to change her, pass her back to me. I can feed her and we can both go back to sleep. Okay, so that's what works for us. She sleeps then until maybe 9 a.m. Around there, and we feed again, and sometimes she's up for the day, and sometimes she goes back down for like that next nap immediately, and then she's up for several more hours. This works for us, okay? This works for me and my baby. It works for our family. Just remember, this is your life. You get to make the rules. You are the parent. So do what works for you based on what you see happening, which means observe, how many hours does my child sleep at a time? What is my schedule like? What time do I need to be ready in the morning? When can I put her down for a nap and get ready for the day? Or do I get that extra sleep early in the day because I stay at home and my schedule or day starts later? Whatever, what have you, just make this your life. You are the creator of your own life, and that does not change when you have a child. Yes, they are little tyrants and they have their own strong opinions once again, but you get to kind of craft the schedule and what you're doing. Okay, 4. My next tip is a very practical tip. Diapers, right? You're going to use them. If you are using disposable diapers, this is my tip. Open up the diaper. Spread out the diaper. You see this little like bungee part here, and then this inner layer here? This is what catches the poop before it spills out of the side. So you want to spread out the diaper all the way, okay, before you put it on their little bum. I like to put a diaper underneath the dirty diaper, open the dirty diaper, and then I can do all the wiping and close up the little wipes inside that dirty diaper. Then if she pees or poos or whatever, we have something to catch it. You have the old diaper to catch it. This tip does not work when she might poo again right as I'm changing her diaper, or if she pees, pee just kind of goes everywhere, okay? It just is what it is. But it does help me from changing a lot of, you know, the pads, the changing pad covers helps that. If you have this clean diaper ready to go underneath, you just pull out the dirty diaper and you can kind of lay their little butts on. Helps with a lot of like peeing accidents, etc. You can kind of catch the pee and just like cover them up if they start pooping or peeing again. Okay, definitely helpful. But spreading the diaper out all the way is really going to be helpful. And you want to make sure that these little like flaps, make sure that they're kind of encompassing, because once again, this is going to be on their little skin and catch whatever is in their diaper. Okay, so you want to make sure that this part is outside and that this flap is outside of that diaper, because this is also a second line of defense for catching whatever might get out of this little inner bungee cord. Okay, so spread out the diaper all the way before you change your child. My next tip is do get different diaper brands, okay? Get like 2, maybe 3 different diaper brands to try, because you don't know what will fit your baby the best. We looked up because I got a whole bunch of Honest diapers through my registry and that I purchased before she arrived because I wanted to have a stash of diapers. We also had a diaper brand, Andy Pandy, and I also had Bamboo diapers. Okay, so I figured, okay, I'll try them out. I'll see what I love best. But we definitely had an oversupply of Honest diapers in size 1. And so do your research, watch videos. There's actually several YouTube videos on comparing different diapers, the strength of them, how much continence they hold, where the leakage is best. So those actually helped me decide and narrow down the diapers that I wanted to try for my child. Do get a pack or 2 of newborn diapers, but you don't need a whole bunch of newborn diapers. Once again, if you watched my dislikes video, then you don't know if your child's gonna quite be newborn size. So yes, get newborn diapers so that you have them, but don't get a ton until you know. Don't buy too many of one brand too early, okay? This bit me in the butt because I was just so excited for her to arrive, guys. And so I had my baby shower back in October for her arrival in December. Mind you, she came on the last day of December. I also purchased, I had been purchasing diapers. And so I think that the size 1 Honest diapers, I was probably able to return them until January 2021. But she actually wasn't even in size 1 of those Honest diapers until more like February. So by the time I actually got to utilize all the stash of Honest diapers, I realized towards, I think, March, she was sizing into the size 2 of Honest diapers, okay? And so at that point, I was stuck with 1 extra box, like a whole box I didn't even open, of Honest diapers. Now, if you purchase your diapers at someplace like Target or Walmart, you can always return diapers. And this is what I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna be able to return this pack to a Target, but Amazon has their own barcode, so you can't actually return Amazon products to Target or Walmart because of that. So just be aware, if you do purchase them in person, you're able to return them. But if you purchase them on Amazon, make sure you know at what point they are returnable. So don't purchase too many, because like I said, yes, I did go through several boxes of size 1s, but I am now stuck with a size 1 that I am probably going to donate or give to a new mama. But yeah, my next tip is when you start to notice blowouts, that is when you need to size up. I think that every baby is going to have a certain number of blowouts anyways. Sometimes they just have really big poos. That's just what happens sometimes. But overall, they shouldn't just be regularly bursting out of their diaper. So if you find that your child is blowing out consistently and often, it's probably time to size up. Diapers will have a size by pounds underneath the size of the diaper. So like size 2, and don't quote me on this, but size 2 might be, 15 pounds to 23 pounds, right? I have noticed consistently that when, at least for Honest Company, when my daughter gets about 3, even 4 pounds away from the top limit of pounds, she needs to size up to the next diaper. So she is currently, I want to say like about 15 pounds, and she is in Honest size 3 diapers. Now she still physically fits size 2, although that might have changed in the last 2 days, but they just don't hold enough for her, okay? They're not as comfortable, I feel like, for her, and they don't hold what she needs them to hold. So we're now in size 3. Now, this tip is one of those things where it goes back to the tip before this, which is don't purchase too many of one brand or one size, because you don't want to be stuck with a bunch of diapers and be like, you know what, I'm just going to handle the blowouts because I want to get through these diapers. I am definitely one of those people that kind of does that. I try to get through a specific size so that we don't have a bunch of extra diapers that we're just wasting, but it's definitely more peace of mind when you just size up and you know that they're not going to blow out of your diapers. So sometimes you just want to save your peace of mind, okay? So size up, but I understand that diapers are expensive. Do what you need to do, but know that when they start blowing out consistently and a lot, it is definitely time to size up. My next tip, which I think is number 7, is do have snacks around the house, okay? Have snacks everywhere for yourself. If you are breastfeeding, you're going to be hungry. If you have a newborn and you aren't breastfeeding, you're going to be with your newborn and have this whole extra person to carry around everywhere. So just make sure that in your bedroom you have snacks in your office, like wherever you and baby are, have some snacks nearby so that you don't have to move too far to get to them, okay? This is going to help you a lot. And then have like some type of meal preparation in your head about what you're gonna do. Whether this is meal prepping when you're pregnant, do a meal train. You have a doula, they might know of a meal train where people basically drop off food for you. They'll either cook for you or they'll pick up food from places, from fast food places or like restaurants around you. Or invest and budget for a meal prep service or food delivery service like Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever. This is a lifesaver, and let me tell you, things like DoorDash and Amazon Fresh delivery for groceries was our lifeline. It saved us when she was first born. We didn't leave the house, me and my daughter, by ourselves without my fiance until she was probably like a month or a month and a half. So during that time, I was also not in the stage or the state or like capacity to cook for us, and so delivering meals to us was a lifeline, and that's what was good for me. Yes, I might have liked more home cooked meals here and there, but I was okay with asking for help, and that help just happened to be, ordering out and allowing restaurants to cook instead of me doing the cooking while I'm trying to care for a newborn who always wants to be held. My fiance would also bring food home for us, but I also wanted him just to be home sooner because I wanted him to have time with our daughter, and I wanted him to, be with us for a longer period of time after work. Meal delivery just helped facilitate that. It was also winter, so even getting in and out of the house was a whole different game. This postpartum period is really all about survival. You are learning how to be a new parent, and your baby is just new and fresh to the world. And so the last thing, if this is you, some people want to cook and are fine with that, but a lot of different cultures suggest rest and doing nothing for the first 60 days of a child's life. So, just take that into consideration and make sure that you are prepared to not necessarily do a lot in the kitchen. I also meal prepped for us when I was in the last couple weeks of my pregnancy. I did a couple freezer meals, put them in the freezer, but even that, in those first couple weeks postpartum, I didn't even have the energy to prep those meals that were mostly already done. So I didn't get to those meals, those freezer meals, until maybe 3 or 4 weeks into my child being here. So just know that a meal delivery service, a meal train, freezer meals, those are all going to be very helpful for you in those first several weeks. My 8th tip is give yourself grace. Yes, you may end up sleep deprived. You may end up with different challenges than the next mama. Time goes so fast. Like the one quote that I really love is, "The days are long, but the years are short." Okay, this time is so finite. Okay, you are not gonna be in this new mom craziness forever. Reminding yourself that this time is temporary is everything and necessary during this time. One thing that I would tell myself during the hardest moments were that my baby is never going to be as small, as little as they are right now today in this moment, right? They, like, even if I have another child, my Aaliyah will never be this little bitty baby that's just always wanting mom, right? No, she won't be in this stage for long. And it's like, I just want to soak up every little bit of it. And so when I remember that, when I tell myself that, it was just a cue to chill out, be here, look at her little bitty toes that are adorable, look at her baby knuckles that are really dimples in her little hands. That helped me to practice gratitude and just, be mindful and be in the moment with her instead of, in that frustrated mode that I might have just been in.
Hey guys, future me here. I just wanted to say a little bit about self-compassion during this time and honoring that motherhood definitely has a lot of difficult time periods. It's not always fun. It's not always enjoyable. And to be able to honor that part of you that says, yes, this is difficult, that's going to be a really helpful tool as well.
Being able to be mindful and have gratitude, those two tools, those two healthy coping tools are like everything. They are so helpful in any rough time, but especially in those first several weeks, days, or months of motherhood. You need them. So definitely practice gratitude and mindfulness. Know that it's not going to be forever, that you have to totally forsake your own self-care in every which way to take care of this little precious one. Yes, your role and, and parenthood, you will always be taking care of them, but it looks different over time, and you will get your autonomy or some of your autonomy back, okay? You will find yourself again. So give yourself grace. Know that this is not a forever period, and so let that give you comfort in knowing that this will pass, and also allow it to let you take in those little moments and keep them kind of close to your heart so that you can kind of maintain your sanity during this time. My next tip is continue taking your prenatal vitamins, especially if you are nursing. But even if you are not nursing, continue taking them for a while, like wean yourself off of them. You need those minerals and those vitamins to like replenish your body. As you're breastfeeding, you're giving so many nutrients and calories to your newborn. That's why they say to your eating, you might be more hungry in breastfeeding than you are when you're actually pregnant. Okay, like it's a real thing. You are just you feel like you're being sucked dry. So like drinking water, so necessary. I know I'm throwing in a couple different things into this category, but let me throw in some more. Take other minerals and vitamins. Ones that have helped me so much: magnesium. Magnesium helps you to relieve yourself. So if you want a mineral ready and set for a more natural postpartum journey, definitely set yourself up with some magnesium. I think I showed you my liquid magnesium and zinc and calcium supplement in my pregnancy must-haves video, that stuff came in so much handy for that first poo after birth, because when you're there, it's a little scary, okay? So it definitely helps just to get things moving. So magnesium is great. Collagen is also a super helpful tool, mineral, whatever, protein to take. Now I do have a cup of coffee a day, and I just add, unflavored collagen to my coffee. Does not taste like anything. You can add it to smoothies, whatever, but really helpful in, postpartum hair loss, like all that. So prenatal vitamins, definitely helpful to, helpful for you, helpful for your baby as you're breastfeeding and nursing, but also to replenish the body of all those things. So you'll notice a lot less like uncomfortable symptoms if you just continue taking your prenatal vitamin postpartum. Also, if you have the means and ability to do so, I highly suggest encapsulating your placenta. The placenta itself has so many vitamins, has iron. It can help, taking your placenta after birth can actually help with postpartum depression. So if you are prone or were prone to anxiety and depression before you had your child, know that you might be more prone to getting postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. Both of those things are very serious. If you have any symptoms or, like if you feel differently, definitely talk to your healthcare provider, keep them in the know, keep your partner in the know. But taking your placenta after birth, it can help tenfold in your mood, in hair loss, in your energy levels, all that good stuff. So I am very glad that I did it. I was kind of like thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, if I'm on the fence at all, I'm gonna go ahead and get it and have them. And I definitely noticed a difference in my mood when I was taking them versus when I wasn't. Definitely helped me move through the baby blues faster. Baby blues are also something you can experience. So just know that these are possibilities, and your body is just going through so many hormonal changes and shifts. It's going from like the highest, like feel good hormones you've ever had to like drops down when your baby gets here. And once again, don't let other people scare you, and don't let me scare you, because that might not be your full experience. I didn't feel terrible. I was very happy most of my postpartum, but I definitely did at some points feel a little bit of the baby blues. And so, there's tools that you can use, like kind of mental health tools that you can use that we'll be talking about more on this channel. So stay tuned. But there's also stuff like taking your prenatal, making sure you're getting in good vitamins and nutrients through the foods you're eating, and taking your placenta. All those things can really help postpartum. My next tip is keep an emergency caddy or like a basket or whatever of the essentials everywhere. You will be thankful when your baby has a blowout and you are like several rooms away from the nearest diaper table and their closet, when they spit up all over you and themselves, and you're out and about when they have a blowout in the car seat. Like, trust me, you will be very happy when you have caddies and emergency supplies everywhere. Okay, if you and baby are going to be in 3 different rooms primarily in your house, your kitchen, your living room, and your bedroom, make sure that you have stuff stationed in every room. The car, the trunk, or the back seat, living room, bedroom, office, okay? Have things like diapers, wipes, changing pads, swaddle, burp cloths, hand sanitizer, an extra change of clothes or 2, nursing pads for you, mama, okay? Those things have come in handy for me in my diaper bag. They've come in handy for me in the car caddy, and you want burp cloths everywhere. It just helps to not have to go all the way upstairs or all the way to X, Y, and Z room when you need the extra stuff. You always want to keep an extra outfit or 2 in your diaper bag, and maybe even an extra outfit for you and baby in the trunk of your car. Okay, if you're out and about, you just never know. Dried spit up does not smell good. Blowouts happen, and they'll happen when you least expect them, and you just want to be prepared. My next tip is, if you are breastfeeding, get extra nursing tank tops, extra nursing bras. You probably need more nursing tanks or nursing bras than you think you do. In our first 2 months, and even more or less now, my uniform, okay, I have a uniform, and it involves the nursing tanks that I purchased when I was pregnant. And I'm so thankful for them because they were really good quality. I still wear them under the majority of my clothes. I just recently invested in some good nursing bras. If you are more heavy set in your chest, you need good nursing bras. You're not just going to be able to go to Amazon and get the cheapies. They're just not helpful in the long run. If you are breastfeeding for any type of longevity, you might need these nursing bras for like a year. And treat yourself, like, don't skimp yourself where it really counts. Like, nursing bras and nursing tanks are gonna either make your life more easy, or it's gonna be what you wear every day, and so you don't want to feel blah yourself. Go ahead and invest in some decent ones that really help you throughout your daily life. Know that this is your new normal. Get some nursing pads, disposable, reusable, whatever suits you. Try them both. When your milk comes in, you will be leaking everywhere. Your boobs are gonna feel like rocks at some points, maybe. Your body is going to go through this process as your milk regulates. And so you'll want tops that help with nursing, and you're also gonna want nursing pads so that you're not leaking through all of your tops. Steer clear of underwire bras. So underwire will cut off your milk ducts, and it will, I don't want to say they cause mastitis, but they definitely will like help that process happen, and you don't want mastitis. Last thing a new mom needs is mastitis and to feel like she has the flu and still have to breastfeed through that. My next tip is, if you get a clogged duct, stay calm. Okay, it does not mean that you're definitely going to get mastitis. I don't feel like I heard this anywhere, that you might get a clogged duct that does not turn into mastitis. You will likely get a clogged duct if you are breastfeeding, but there's ways to work that out. It might be painful. I know when I got a clogged duct, I was so worried it was going to turn into mastitis. I was so worried that it was just over and done with. I was freaking out. It was painful. Okay, you have to massage it out. Massage, use heat. Okay, fluctuate between heat and cooling. That can help. So heat and ice packs can help, or just use heat. I would take hot showers, and so that steam and the hotness, the heat helps, okay, helps relieve the pain, and it also helps like relieve the pressure. You want to massage. I think it's that you want to massage like toward your nipple so you can kind of work it out. And you have to breastfeed on it continuously, even if it's painful, or pump, okay? You want to get the milk flowing again and flowing through that. You can't just like stop, because that's what will clog the duct. Drink a ton of water. This is a good tip anyways, but when you have a clogged duct, that's going to help you. Drink a ton of water. Make sure you are staying hydrated. Your body's going to tell you, because while you're breastfeeding, I swear your mouth just feels like dry. It's like all the moisture has been sucked out of your body. So make sure you always have water nearby, just like that previous tip that said always have snacks nearby. Just because you have a clogged duct does not mean you will get mastitis. If you do nothing, it's just going to get more painful, and it can cause mastitis. My last tip is something that might be more or less difficult to do depending on your own personality, but stay calm. Okay, babies pick up on energy way better than adults. Babies pick up on energy so quickly. So if you are like wired and stressed and trying to put a baby to sleep, you might notice that they're more fussy and they're not going to go to sleep. But if you are tired and you're trying to like kind of like get in that nighttime mode along with your child might just drift off. Likewise, if your child is crying and even screaming, stay calm. Stay calm, because getting worked up and flustered is not going to help them. Go through your checklist of what might be wrong. When babies are crying, it doesn't always mean that they're in pain. It likely doesn't mean that they're in pain. Babies cry to communicate. When babies cry, it might mean they're wet. It might mean that they are hungry. It might mean that they're bored. It might mean that they're in pain. It can mean a host of different things. And as you get to know your baby, you will even notice that they have different cries for different needs. Stay calm as you try to assess what that need is. Very rarely is it that they're like in shrieking pain and you need to get freaked out too. My last tip is take your deep breaths, mama. Your body has just been through so much as you have given birth, and you're still trying to regulate as you are taking care of a whole little human, right? That's why one of those tips is give yourself grace. But take your deep breaths. Do not underestimate the power of bringing a huge deep breath of fresh oxygen into your lungs and breathing out. You need that to reset and recalibrate. And it's just so important to stop and take those deep breaths as, you know, your child is screaming, as you are tired of breastfeeding, as whatever is going on around you. Take your deep breath. It is so helpful, and definitely need to remember that you need to take care of yourself too. And so deep breaths are part of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that these gave you some helpful tips, tricks, and hacks on newborn life and having a new child, and, you know, easing into the flow of motherhood or parenthood. It's not easy. It's not always going to be easy, but this journey, it's so rewarding. I love being a mom. I love being Aaliyah's mom. She is the perfect baby for me, and I am the perfect mom for her. And it's such a blessing, and I'm just so thankful for her. As well, I know that there's certain things that I've done and learned on how to keep myself, my best self, so I can be my best self for her. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I'm going to have another video on specifically self-care for new moms, because Lordy, you definitely have less time. And so whether that's making things more efficient so you can get in some self-care, or just doing the little things, we need some stuff for us to feel whole again sometimes. I look forward to that video coming soon. I really appreciate you being here. Like and subscribe. Share this with a new mom friend, or a mom to be, or a friend thinking about motherhood or parenthood. Share, like, subscribe, and comment. I love to hear from you guys, and I love to communicate and have like new mom friends. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.